Welcome to the Circus of Insanity, because we're diving headfirst into the wild world of Joker once again with Joker, Folie. But is this sequel a brilliant continuation of Arthur Fleck's twisted journey, or does it fall flat? Join me as I break down everything from Lady Gaga's bold new Harley Quinn to asking if the musical numbers work. Leave your comments about your thoughts and stick around to hear mine. As someone who absolutely loved Joker in 2019, I was eagerly awaiting Joker Folie. The first film captivated me with its raw, emotional intensity and Joaquin Phoenix's mesmerizing performance. I absolutely loved the homages to Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy, right down to casting Robert De Niro in the Joker. In my mind, Rupert Pumpkin from King of Comedy actually made it big and changed his name to Murray Franklin. So naturally, I had high hopes for the sequel, especially after hearing it wouldn't just rehash the same plot for a cheap cash grab. Todd Phillips would never do that, would he? I wasn't sure about the news that it was going to be a jukebox musical, but with Lady Gaga on board, I felt the musical numbers were in good hands. Plus, she's more than a competent actor. I mean, see her in Star is Born and House of Gucci if you don't believe me. That said, after seeing the early Rotten Tomatoes scores from critics, I felt some trepidation. Some reviewers suggested it was a sequel that no one asked for, but I desperately wanted more from this world. As the release date grew closer, the critics' score dipped further and the audience scores were pretty awful. I wasn't feeling too hopeful. Still, I went in with an open mind thinking, I like Agatha all along, I enjoyed the Venom movies, and I love the Snyderverse trilogy, so maybe I'll be the one to buck the trend. Now that I've seen it, I understand where the critiques are coming from. In many ways, Folie feels less like a true sequel and more like an extension or an add-on to the original film. While it expands on certain themes and dives deeper into Arthur Fleck's psychology, I find myself wishing it had more new ground to cover rather than retreading the past. It takes place in 1983, 2 years after the first film, focusing on Arthur's life in Arkham Asylum and the legal system. And that's where the real problem is, because that's just about all it's about. It's barely a Joker film, it's mostly an Arthur Fleck film, and it's very, very meta, regularly reminding us that it's different to the first movie. It even has lines in it about not giving the audience what they want. That said, the musical elements were surprisingly effective. I actually really enjoyed the dance numbers, and I have to give credit to Lady Gaga. She was absolutely excellent. I must admit, I'm a bit of a fan anyway, so I was happy to see her deliver such a strong performance along Phoenix. The decision to make Harley Quinn the one manipulating Arthur rather than her being the one in the abusive relationship with him was a bold and was the right choice. Arthur clearly has no experience with women beyond his mother, so it makes sense for Harley to be the one playing him. And once again, Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant, adding layers to Arthur's descent into madness that keeps the character compelling. The idea that the musical numbers are inside Arthur's head are all part of his delusion was a lovely touch, but I did wonder at times if I was enjoying the musical numbers simply because they took me away from basically an overlong narrative that I was already familiar with. The direction and the cinematography are beautiful. There's some really visually stunning moments throughout the film. Brendan Gleeson stands out as Jackie Sullivan, the bullish, boorish Arkham guard. And unless you've been hiding under a rock, Steve Coogan has a surprise cameo as Paddy Myers, the TV celebrity interviewer, akin to Robert Downey Jr.'s Wayne Gale from Natural Born Killers. Despite all this, I was a little disappointed. The film is beautifully crafted, but it lacks the same sense of surprise and emotional impact that the first movie had. About halfway through the film, which is over an hour, I started to wonder, where is this film actually heading? Am I just watching an expensive art house project where we're simply admiring the characters existing in their own world? I mean, the best parts for me was the Love Somebody routine and Arthur representing himself in court. It's just stunning. Both sublime moments that made me happy that I actually took time to watch the film. If you don't see it for anything else, see it for those two bits alone. In the end, did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Do I want another sequel? Absolutely. Can they make a sequel? If you've seen the movie, or when you see the movie, you'll know what I mean when I say that. Can they make a sequel? Personally, yes. Without giving away the ending, I believe there's a clear path forward. One that might even be reappraised as a misunderstood classic in hindsight. But this is coming from someone who sat through 9 hours of Man of Steel, the extended Batman vs Superman, the extended Justice League, and thoroughly enjoyed themselves. I see this as a trilogy that needs to be completed. and as a glutton for punishment, I say bring it on. But what did you think? Did Folie à Deux live up to your expectations, or was it a miss for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, especially the negative ones. I really want to know what you thought personally. Thank you very much for listening. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, etc, etc. And don't forget...
always remember, that's life. And it's for the